Welcome to Balance. In this session, we're going to talk about the difference between emotions and affect. While many use words affect and emotions interchangeably, in this program, we're going to try to use our intuition and use those words in slightly different context. So let's bring an image to describe affect. I imagine affect a bit like a cloud. So let's say you are on the plane and the plane is currently flying in the clouds. You're therefore in the clouds and you can't see much through the window. The clouds affect you. A bit like when you're growing up in a family with some dysfunctional patterns. They affect you, and some of the affect might be incorporated or introjected into your developing personality and body. So we're going to think about introjection and incorporation a bit later on. But imagine that whatever is outside is affecting you and you are in it. It affects you deeply, but it doesn't originate in you. One of the definition of affect in Merriam-Webster dictionary is that the word affect means to act on and cause a change in something. Another one was to influence someone. And the last one is probably the most interesting. It is to produce an emotional response in someone. To produce an emotional response in someone. Now let's talk about emotions. Emotion is defined in a Merriam-Webster dictionary as a conscious mental reaction, such as anger or fear, subjectively experienced as feeling, usually directed towards a specific object and typically accompanied by physiological or behavioral changes in the body. So please note that the emotions is defined also as a reaction to something, but the direction is different. It is from you towards outside. To me, emotions are rooted more in the body, while affect has a wider meaning. It's useful to think about these two when you progress in the program. It might help you to see parts of yourself that might be incorporated from the outside and parts that might originate in you, that might help you to find what we call true self or the inner core of yourself, and perhaps let it go of the incorporated parts, or perhaps to not over-identify with the parts that are incorporated. It is also useful for another reason. We are learning to balance affect and emotions. But what if we are practicing balance for quite a long period of time and there are certain emotions we have difficulties to balance, or we balance ourselves and just after meditation we are losing the balance? These might be signals from your body that although balancing through meditation and mindfulness is useful, you might need a medical attention or a change of diet or thinking about some herbal treatment. So basically, your body might send you signals through certain emotions that something is not quite right. For example, when you are experiencing states of irritation or even anger, but they might be connected to pre-diabetic states. Or when you're experiencing fear, but this might be a result of perimenopause or PCOS, and so on and so on. I hope that the differentiation is useful and it invites you to the richness of our beautiful inner world. And about that, about the parts and about the beautiful states that we might experience in our body, and about the beautiful inner objects that I'll be calling planets, like in a cosmos. About that, we're going to talk in the next session. See you soon.